This Photoshop comp shows the design for one of the inner pages of the Pacific Highway site. The hero image has been removed from the top of the page, and there's a placeholder here for a video or slideshow in the intro article. And if we scroll down, the teaser articles have been replaced by a two-column layout, with the left column occupying 2/3 of the page width and a sidebar occupying a third. Adapting the original layout is a fairly simple process, so let's go to Dreamweaver and get to work. So here we are in the home page of the Pacific Highway site. We need to make a copy of this page, so go to File, Save As, and save it in the site root as Big Sur, all one word, .html. And we can now start editing this page. The first thing we need to do is to get rid of the figure element that's going to be used for the hero image on the home page. So we can select the placeholder text there. It selects the figure element. To get rid of it, all we need to do is to press delete, and it's gone. We also need to get rid of some of the teaser articles. So let's open Element Quick View and then expand the div, expand main, and we need to get rid of the last two articles. So right click, delete, and then delete that one. And then I'm going to select the first teaser article. We need to get rid of the teaser classes. So dismiss Element Quick View, and to get rid of the class, all we need to do is to click that little X icon in there, and it removes the class. Then if we scroll down a little, Pfeffer Beach, we need to get the teaser article, select that, and then click that X icon to get that removed. And both of those articles now expand the full width of the page. We need to replace the text content, and I think that the easiest way to do that is to go into Design View and to use Paste Special. Just scroll up. We'll start with the intro article. In the course assets for this video, there are a couple of files. One of them is a Word document, the other one is in rich text format, and it contains the replacement text. So let's just open the Word document, and we'll select the first heading and paragraph. Copy that, go back to Dreamweaver, select everything in the intro article, and then Paste Special. That's Control-Shift-V on Windows, Command-Shift-V on a Mac, and select text with structure plus basic formatting, bold and italic. Then we need to do the same with these two articles down here. Back to the Word document, then Spectacular Views, that heading and the following two paragraphs. Copy and Paste Special into that article there. Then the final one. It's these two headings and three paragraphs that we need to copy, and then Paste Special into Dreamweaver. And after pasting from Word, it's always a good idea to make sure everything's okay by going to Commands and then Clean Up Word HTML. Click OK. It's found a problem there, so that's great. Click OK to dismiss that. Now that we've got the new content, we need to start styling it, so let's go back into Live View. We don't need to do anything with the intro article, but we do need to attend to these two down here. So click anywhere inside that paragraph and then select the article, and we'll give it an ID, so click the plus button there and then just type #description into that field, press enter or return to confirm. It asks where we want to do this, select the source. Pacific.css is where we want to do it. We're not using media queries, so just click away from that to confirm, and then we need to select that description selector in the selectors pane, and we need to give it a width. We'll make it 67%, in other words 2/3 of the width, and then we need to float it to the left, so select float, and there it is. And this other article jumps up in the place, but we want to make sure that it's also correctly formatted, because you can see down here that this is shorter, so after it gets to the end of that first floated item, everything goes across to the left. So we need to give this an ID and also a width and float it. So just select anywhere in there. Although it looks as though it's selecting everything, this is because the item on the left is floated. That's why it looks as though the whole paragraph stretches across the whole way. It doesn't. What we need to do is to select that article, and then I want to change the article from an article to an aside element. Easy way to do that is to press Ctrl-T on Windows or Command-T on a Mac, and that opens the Quick Tag Editor. So we can change article to aside, and we can also give it an ID, and we'll call the ID sidebar. And then just press Enter or Return to confirm that. We now need to create a style rule for sidebar. So if we click the plus button in the selectors pane, it offers us this descendant selector. So we need to make it less specific. So press the up arrow twice, leaves us with sidebar. Press Enter or Return to confirm that. Then the width will make it 33%. That's what's left. And then scroll down and float it to the left, and that's looking pretty good now. The problem is that all the text is bunched up, so let's create a new selector, and it will be a group selector for both description, so hash description and then hash sidebar, and then we want to find padding. That's in the layout section of properties. There we are, and we'll make it 2% on the left and 2% on the right, and everything is now looking quite good. The layout is beginning to take shape. So it's taken only a few minutes to adapt the home page of the site to a 2-column layout using Element Quick View and the CSS Designer, and also using Paste Special to paste in from an external document. The completed files for this video also contain another inner page called fefa.html that you can copy into your working site to continue with the case study.